Good evening, my lovelies, and welcome to a very bright, sunny and warm Sunday evening. I hope you are all very well. So, the plan is at the moment, as the weather is getting better, me and Miss Lou either have to do very early morning walks or we have to do late evening walks, purely because Madam over here, being half a snow dog, half Malamute, she doesn't cope too well in the heat. So we tend to go quite early in the morning or late in the evening, just so that she doesn't get overheated and stressed. So hopefully, as the summer progresses, we will be doing a lot more evening walks. And I quite enjoy an evening walk, so they'd be quite fun to do. So we've not been down this path for ages, so I thought we'd come down here this evening and have a little amble, listen to the skylarks, get battered by the cow parsley, which you can see, loads of it, and the corn's coming up quite nicely. It's also a bank holiday weekend here in the UK, so it's Whip Week we call it, where at the beginning of the month we had a bank holiday May Day for Batten, a bank holiday Whip Week at the end of May. It was originally set up so workers had a break for a week down to the seaside in days of old. But now I don't think anybody seems to bother. Most people work bank holidays now. It's quite overgrown round here now with all that rain we've had. Cripes. This morning I found out as of yesterday, Mercury's in retrograde. Batten down the hatches, folks, and put your tin hat on. There's a storm a brewing. We all know Saturn's in retrograde. I call that the stock taking planet. You know, you take stock of what's going on in your life, try and work out what's good and what's not for you. That only happens once a year. Mercury, I think, is 2 or 3 times, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. And I like to call that the trickster planet. That's Loki at his best, is that. That's when if it's going to go wrong, it bloody will go wrong. So I wrote a little prompt sheet for myself because I tend to forget things, tend to forget what I need to say. So when we get down to the end of the lane here, I'll do you a quick Mercury in retrograde rundown. I'm sure you all know. I'm sure you all know about him and what's in store and how to treat things. So yeah, it's just a case of being mindful, really. Bear with. Okay, right. Mercury in retrograde runs between May the 29th, which was yesterday, to June the 22nd. So it's not too bad. You need to pay attention to where things are stuck, where you're stuck in your life, what things are not happening, what things are not working. There's a lot of sensitive energy to miscommunication. So if ever you're communicating with someone or a company, pay attention. Watch out for deep disagreements. So, you know, if you've had a disagreement with somebody or a company over something, don't let it fester. Don't let it get out of hand. Just you know, just agree to disagree and walk on, because it's really not worth it. Right, technological problems. We all know about this. If your laptop's gonna die a death, it will. If your camera's gonna die a death, it will. If your phone's gonna die a death, it will. And we always blame it on Mercury. So anything technical, just keep your eye on it, watch it, make sure it doesn't pack up and die on you. Watch what you commit to and sign to. So if you're signing any contracts, or if you've made a promise to somebody, just be very careful before you say yes or you sign on the dotted line, because it might all go very Pete-tong. If you're planning on travelling over the time, you know, when Mercury's out, going backwards, be careful, because your travel plans may be cancelled or delayed. So just be very, very careful if you're planning on, even if it's just a short distance, even if you think, well, like me, you think, well, I'll just pop into Birmingham for the day. Be careful, because your plans may be cancelled or delayed or moved. Possible breakups. Just be careful. Try not to fall out with hubby or the missus or the boyfriend or the girlfriend or your friends. Try and be amicable. Don't have rows and arguments. It's just really not worth it. Pay attention to red flags. If you're doing something, into something, whatever, and you've got a red flag coming up that's going, don't do it. Hello, universe here saying, you know, don't do that. Don't do it. Walk away. Make up some excuse, but don't do it. That is the universe saying to you, no, we're not having that. It's also a time to go deep. So I know it's a bit of a trickster planet, and it likes to bugger things up for people, but it's also a time to try and take a step back from everything that's going to go wrong and think, well, just take a step back and have a think about things. You don't really need to be rushing headlong and trying to sort everything out and watch it all go wrong. Just take a step back, be deep, mindful, and think about things before you do them, because if you're rushing like a bull in a china shop, chances are it will go wrong or it will break. Work on projects. If you've got a project on the go, give it a go. Put some time and energy into it. Same with your goals. If you're working on a goal, put some time and energy into it. It may sound a little bit daft, but again, it's working on you. You're taking a step back from life's problems, stresses, and this is giving you a chance to work on yourself rather than come in and fight battles left, right and flipping centre. So yeah, it is a chance for you to sort yourself out. Work on the details. What is it my mum used to say? The devil's in the detail. So, you know, whatever you do, just check your details, work your details, pick them out with a fine tooth comb, make sure it's all correct and right. Because otherwise, with Mercury being in retrograde, if it's going to go wrong, it will go wrong. So, I hope that's helped. I know most of you know about Mercury. And excuse the language, the bullfuckery it likes to produce. But it's always nice to try and refresh yourselves with it. So, lovely ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of our walk. We're going to get to this tree, we're going to turn around, we're going to go home for a nice cup of tea. So on this very, very beautiful Sunday evening, and how nice is it to walk in the countryside on a Sunday evening with the sun shining and the birds singing. Have a very, very blessed Sunday, what's left of it. Look after yourselves. Please take care of one another and be kind to each other. And as always, I'm sending you much love and many, many blessings.